This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
You all ready for this?
This is a sham.
No. Y'all, just stop.
Get real.
Welcome to DBL. I am Sam in for Tori. Okay, we got to talk about this because stars in Hollywood, and we've had this conversation quite a bit, they are speaking out about a popular weight loss drug like Ozempic, many of them. In fact, friend of the show and botch star, Dr. Terry Dubrow, said that he used Ozempic because he wanted to slim down. But he said he quit because he experienced some side effects and missed the joy of eating. So here to talk to us all about this, we've got Dr. Coley joining us today. Thank you so much for being here, Dr. Coley.
Hey, guys.
Hello. Okay, so Dr. Dubrow said that he wanted to lose 10 to 15 pounds, but the question is Ozempic really made for a candidate like that?
You know, you said he was a friend of the show, so I have to be careful what I say here.
Yeah, I'm invited to their home, so be really careful.
So I'll bite my tongue a little bit, but there are two types of people who should get these types of medications, diabetics or people who are clinically obese. I don't know if he's a diabetic because I don't know his medical history. He's got a little extra weight on him, but he is definitely not clinically obese. And so to me, this is an abuse of this medication. This is a demonstration of what this medication should not do. And what is really shameful to me about this is that he's a physician. So when he does it, people think that's what you're supposed to do. And this is not how you should be using this medication.
But is he emblematic of how most people kind of look at it, whether, even though it's not right? Like most people are like, hey, I got a wedding coming up in 2 months. Yeah. It's almost bikini season. Yep. I've been kind of slacking. I think most people that aren't obese will be looking at it like this. Why is that a bad idea?
Because this is exactly the problem. This is what the scientific community is saying, that recreational use like this, first of all, doesn't work. Because the minute you stop it, you're going to gain it back. Secondly, we don't know that it's safe. We know that this medication can affect your bone density, it can affect your muscle mass, it can affect the way your stomach empties, it can affect all sorts of things that we don't understand. And we've not studied it for this type of on and off use to get a few pounds off. So Dr. Dubrow should know better than that, and he should not be this type of patient. Now, Elon Musk I can give a pass to because he's not a physician, he's a layperson. He used it to get weight off, and again, in my opinion, that was an inappropriate use of the medicine. But you're taking a good medicine, applying it in the wrong setting, and you're going to create problems by doing that.
Well, Jillian Michaels is speaking out too, famous trainer, we all know, about the fallouts against Ozempic. She thinks there's going to be a massive fallout because of this craze. You think she's right because so many people are taking it? And we don't know the side effects. We're using all these drugs going back to, you know, I'm not going to go there. Let's just stick with Ozempic. But we don't know the side effects to all these things.
We do know the side effects, Jeff. That's why we do clinical trials. Yes, but I sort of agree with her and I sort of don't. So the craze part I agree with. This is a craze, what we just talked about. Celebrities using it, people using it for weight loss, people using it at med spas. That's crazy. That is not how this medication was designed. Having said that, this medicine doesn't have more side effects than any other medicine we use, whether it's blood pressure medicine or cholesterol or diabetes medications. It's just that the side effects are in the public eye because people are doing this, because it's being put in the inappropriate context. So I think that pendulum has swung too far in the direction of people using it like it's water because it makes them drop that weight quickly and they feel better about themselves, but I think it needs to settle in the middle.
But there's so much money being made off of this drug. And it's just being advertised on every single thing you watch. And when there's that much money involved, I don't think they care about the side effects. Someone could ask a question, not just Dr. Jeff chiming in.
I mean,
oh, we have Dr. Jeff now, too.
My question to Dr. Jeff is, like, do they really have to advertise? The advertisement is on your neighbor. The advertisement is when you're looking and you're like, I want to look good. How does Erica look like that? Oh, she's on Ozempic. I don't think the advertisements matter at all. I think it's what you see in your friend group.
But you guys are blaming the advertisements. It's the consumers. I feel like we have to take responsibility. We're smart enough.
I don't want to take responsibility.
Not at all.
Yeah, that's adult life.
It's just like blurting out lies.
Let's not get tricked. That is a trick. It's a trap. I mean, the med spa advertising Ozempic is a trap, and we shouldn't fall into that trap. We should talk to our doctor and make informed decisions because we should understand the science and see what makes sense for us.
There you go.
All right.
It's so sexy, though. I mean, it is. Like, if I didn't have the experience of losing a ton of weight, I'm saying the super hard way, like extreme exercise and diet, I know what that feeling is to be like, oh my God, this is the body that I dreamt about. But the aftermath, the hardest part is when that weight comes back. Like, that's what I'm most fearful. I'm not thinking about the physical for people. I'm thinking about the mental.
Interesting.
Because that messed me up for years.
Wow, that's honest, and you said that before. I think people should know that. Switching gears, let's talk about hypochondriacs. I think everybody knows one or two, and there have been some studies, I guess, that it's actually bad for your physical health as well, for being all the people out there that are worried that everything's going to kill them.
Any hypochondriacs up here?
I'm a slight.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, every time I get a little chest pain, I'm worried about a blood clot or tumor.
You do?
Something
Do
else.
not Google anything going on with your body because it's bad news. Yes.
So all of us have some mild hypochondriasis.
Yeah.
This is sort of normal. What we're talking about, Elle, is extreme hypochondriasis, where you can't stop worrying about your health, even though the tests are normal and everything. And unfortunately, paradoxically, these people have a higher risk of death, risk of death by suicide. Their average lifespan is 70 instead of 75 years, so a little bit shorter. And they die more from circulatory and respiratory disease.
Because of the stress and the manifestation of it?
Yeah.
Possibly, but it could also be that we change our behavior, right? We go out less, we socialize less, we exercise less, we worry more about injuries, we worry about something being wrong, we sleep less. So I think it's so many different factors that work its way into it, which really tells us that we need to worry a little bit about our health, kind of the mild hypochondriasis to get our screenings and stuff is healthy, but anything taken too far can really
Just
backfire.
really quickly before we have to go, would this fall into a category of OCD if you're worrying about it like to that extent?
It does. So it's part of those anxiety disorders, and the classification in the psychiatric manuals is with anxiety disorders like that are compulsive, like OCD, or panic attack disorder, agoraphobia, worrying about going outside and something happening to you, all in the same family.
You just saying whatever you just said, gets me nervous. Because I'm like, I'm a hypochondriac. You have hypodriasis. What? What's that? I'm scared.
DBL Nation, go and follow Dr. Coley on social media at Pyle Coley MD. Also, be sure to subscribe to her YouTube page, plus check out her podcast, Heart of Medicine, wherever you listen to your podcast. Thank you again, Dr. Coley.
Thanks,
we appreciate you. Coming up on DBL, our interview with NCIS star Vanessa Lachey. She's telling us about what it's like working with LL Cool J. And Oscar nominations are out.
Did I get one?
No, Al. We're talking about the snubs and the surprises from the list.
So I was in India, strangely enough, and I thought I was freezing, and I had all the malaria pills, and I was just through Laos and the jungle, and I diagnosed myself on WebMD, and I swear, as I was reading the symptoms, they were popping up on me. They're like, your fingers go numb. I'm like, my fingers are numb. I can't even type anymore or something, and I totally worked myself up. I had 104 fever, so I really did something was going on, but I thought for sure I had malaria.
Jeff, this is called the nocebo effect. I tell you something bad might happen to you, and it starts happening to you. So when we talk to patients about side effects of medication, sometimes we don't tell them what to look out for because we put the idea in their head, then they start experiencing those side effects.
And when I got to the doctor, my fever broke, and I was like, and we were filming the whole thing. I was like, wow, what an idiot I am.
And you live to tell the tale.
But when I got there, I'm like, I think I exaggerated a little bit because I was online searching and I was in a country I didn't know, and all these other factors. But really, if you diagnose yourself in WebMD, you could get yourself into a tizzy. Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
It's real.
Yeah, and then the brain controls the way the body reacts. So you actually release those stress hormones. You can actually change your blood pressure, you can change your heart rate. And this often happens to my patients because they have heart disease. And so they start having one palpitation, they worry about it, then the palpitations speed up, then the heart speeds up, and then they're actually creating the disease by worrying about it.
See, everyone's like, educate yourself, but for me, ignorance is bliss sometimes, right? I don't even want to know about it. We had a question that we didn't get to about Alzheimer's. Yeah, and if you could, because there's a blood test now where you could find out 15 years in advance if you're going to get it. My answer to that would be, I don't want to know.
30 seconds?
Yeah. If you can't do anything about it, what would you want to know?
Welcome back to DBL. The Oscar nominations came out today. Oppenheimer leads the pack with 13 noms, including Best Picture and acting nominations for Cillian Murphy, Robert Downey Jr., and Emily Blunt. Christopher Nolan is up for Best Director. Poor Things came in second with 11 nominations, including Best Actress for Emma Stone, who scored her 4th Oscar nod. Killers of the Flower Moon landed 10 nominations, including 1 for Lily Gladstone. But Leonardo DiCaprio was left off the Best Actors list. Barbie is up for Best Picture. Ryan Gosling got a Best Supporting Actor nomination, as did his song, I'm Just Ken, which was a big surprise. America Ferrera is nominated for Best Supporting Actress, but Greta Gerwig did not get nominated for a Best Director, and Margot Robbie isn't up for Best Actress either. Bradley Cooper failed to get a directing nod for Maestro, but he is up for Best Actor. Another surprise. This Is Us star Sterling K. Brown picks up his first Oscar nomination for American Fiction, and The Color Purple failed to get a Best Picture nomination. Only star Danielle Brooks is nominated for Best Supporting Actress. What do you think, Jeff? Did the Academy get it right?
I don't know. Yeah, it's so hard, you know, nowadays. Like, I'm kind of over award shows, but I know this is the big one and stuff. But to snub Greta Gerwig on a movie that kind of broke box office records, it's almost a little just respectful to put them in there somehow. I understand somebody else has got to lose and they can't be nominated, but when you do such big things like Tom Cruise did, you know, for the movies with Top Gun and kind of brought it back, and they didn't even respect him enough to put him in that category. I don't know who's picking these movies, and a lot of the times the best movie that wins all the time stinks anyway. You know?
Well, but Tom Cruise wasn't nominated, but wasn't Top Gun nominated?
But he single-handedly kind of brought people back.
Right.
And Greta Gerwig is a part of a big movement that brought women to the box office.
And I completely, I'm picking up what you're laying down.
Yeah.
My thought is, I think it seems to me, and I'm only speculating, that a lot of people will be like, well, at least this was recognized, or the project was recognized, or Greta Gerwig did get a nomination, but she got a nomination for Best Screenplay Adaptation. So she is nominated, but she's not nominated for the quote-unquote big one. I wonder, in a situation like that, do you do like an all or nothing thing? Like, don't put me in any other category other than Best Director, because this movie and this project was so influential in pop culture that I deserve to be only in this category, or at least this category.
It's a bold move, Erica, because in 5 years,
I wonder if people do it.
That's a bold move. That's a very calculated move, because in 5 years, people will she'll be introduced as Oscar nominee or Oscar winner. So whether it's some below the line category, whether it's screenplay adaptation, whether it's the big one, like Best Picture or Best Director, no one will know in 5 years. They'll just know she's an Oscar-nominated director.
Was anybody surprised that Ken was nominated and Barbie wasn't?
Yes.
And I mean, I was shocked by that. I actually watched Barbie this last week.
What'd you think?
It kind of explained the Ken thing to me a little bit more. I felt like his character towards the end went through more of a change than Barbie. She was kind of consistent right up until the end. And I felt like they gave Ken's character wasn't as flat. And I think that they kind of gave him the pedestal to kind of go after that. So I was shocked, but I see where they're coming from.
So Ken finally has something to offer.
Yeah, and shout out to America Ferrera, too.
I know, good for her.
Well, I see you taking another shot at Ken. Okay. I heard that.
Coming up on DBL, Vanessa Lachey is telling us about how she likes to celebrate Valentine's Day with her hubby, Nick Lachey.
I'm just kidding. When I see love, she sees a friend. What will it take for her to see the man behind the tent and fight for me? I'm just kidding.
Welcome back. She was crowned Miss Teen USA, and from there, she blossomed as a model, host, and actor. Now she's 3 seasons into her dream job in Paradise. Earlier, we caught up with NCIS Hawaii star Vanessa Lachey.
NCIS Hawaii star Vanessa Lachey joins us live.
So cool.
Aloha, welcome back.
Aloha, Vanessa. So
Thank you, guys.
We are so honored to have you. So my husband and I just got back from Maui. We were in the Kapalua area. So obviously we saw the impact of the Lahaina wildfires. You're in Oahu. How are things going there since the devastating fires for y'all?
Yes, we are on Oahu, and you know, it is one of the beautiful things about Hawaii in general is the community and the sense of love, and you definitely still feel it here, but we continue to do all that we can to help our sister island and to help our community. We specifically on NCIS Hawaii have continued to send things that they need and manpower to get some boots on the ground. And totally unrelated, I don't even know if I can say it. My husband, who's with 98 Degrees, is bringing the band here to Oahu to do a benefit concert specifically for Lahaina. So I'm very grateful to be a part of this community to continue to help and rebuild what we lost.
Well, I got to ask you. Obviously, LL Cool J, hip hop living legend, is one of your co-hosts on NCIS Hawaii, and I was him for Halloween.
Oh yeah.
Do you think I captured his swag? Feel free to lie.
Okay, I'm watching. Oh, I see the lips. Got a little bit of the swag. Definitely with the drip. I'm learning the lingo. I got, 3 kids. I felt it. I love that you were him for Halloween. You know what? He is, to your point, such a hip hop legend that I'm not going to lie. This is the first time I'm challenged as an actress because most of my career I've been a host, and so I've actually interviewed him as LL Cool J. But now I'm on screen with him as Todd Smith playing Sam Hanna to Jane Tennant. I'm like, this is some weird parallel dimension where I have to remove myself completely and not look into LL Cool J's eyes, but look into Sam Hanna's eyes. And I'm being challenged in a very fun, unique way. He is everything that you would think that he is, and the constant professional. But yeah, he's definitely hip-hop legend, just on set, blaring music, high-fiving people, just constant swag. I feel like the most uncool when I'm around him.
I think I would be the most uncool.
I think so
You
too.
mentioned a host. You're a fantastic host. We got to talk about season 6 of Love is Blind. Premieres on Valentine's Day. So what's Valentine's Day typically like for you? How romantic is Nick?
You know what? For us, because we have the same birthday, we, instead of doing gifts for our birthday, we get each other, like we try to go somewhere. So Valentine's Day, I've made it very clear, is like the time for you to like totally lay it on thick. And I said, look, I'm the girl. I think when we started dating, I was like, I don't like flowers. Don't worry about that. Now that we've been together for 18 years, I'm like, I like flowers. I like cards. I like songs that you want to write for me.
Yep.
I'm that girl. I just want to see it and feel it, especially on that day.
All right, Vanessa, speaking of 98 Degrees and Nick Lachey, who I'm a fan of, all boy bands, we found a photo of you being serenaded by NSYNC as Miss Teen USA.
Wow.
So how did Nick feel about this, that his opposing boy band was serenading you back then?
Nick knows that if you were to ask me my favorite boy band, it is NSYNC. And I counter that with, then you know that I truly love you as Nick Lachey, not because I was a 98 Degrees groupie. I was 100% an NSYNC groupie girl. I came into my own and into this industry and this world with them behind me, literally. And then when I got crowned and then serenading me, so they just have a special place in my heart. And I do keep in touch with some of them, and whenever a song comes on, like especially around holidays, he's like, oh God, here we go. It's the NSYNC holiday one. Let me change it to 98 Degrees, baby, because their holiday album is pretty epic with their acapella. So he knows,
He knows.
I gotta keep him on his toes.
Yep. Thank you again for joining us, Vanessa. DBL Nation, you got to catch the season 3 premiere of NCIS Hawaii February 12th on CBS and Paramount Plus. Thank you again, Vanessa. Congratulations.
Come back soon.
We'll be right back.
Thank you. And then Love is Blind on the 14th. It's going to be a fun week.
Wow, you got a lot going on.
Busy.
Take a break.
I know.
Thank
Thank you, guys.
Bye. Welcome back. We've got some great products from our friends at Morning Save. Check them out.
What do you have for us today, Steph?
Hey Jeff, hey DBL Nation. I am super excited to show you the deals today. Let's first check out the Home 365 collapsible multi-purpose rolling crate cart. This deal includes one cart. We've got it in 3 colors and it can be used in so many ways. So normally this is $56. But we've got it for $34.99. That's saving 38%. Check out this as well. This is really handy. This is the 3-pack static 360 Pro 6-foot universal magnetic charging cables. So this deal includes 3 chargers. So normally these are $25 each, but we have got a 3-pack for $29.99, saving 60%. And check out this as well. Diamond Muse 1 carat TW genuine diamond circle link tennis bracelet. This deal includes 1 diamond bracelet that comes in a gift box. We've got it available in white gold plated, rose gold plated, or yellow gold plated over sterling silver. So normally, unsurprisingly, this is $500, but we've got it for $99.99. They're saving 80%, Jeff.
With a deal like that, Valentine's Day is my favorite holiday, but it will be my wife's.
Exactly. I mean, how beautiful are these? Our last product today is the Malibu Sky Olivia multi-compartment wallet crossbody. This doorbuster deal includes 1 bag. We've got it available in black or in tan. There's a limit, 3 per customer, to make sure that everyone has got a chance to get one of these. Normally, this is $48. We have got it for just $10. That's saving 79%.
Head on over to morningsave.com to snag these amazing deals at the lowest prices, or you can even scan the QR code on the screen to take you directly to these products on Morning Save's website. Again, Steph, great job. Thank you so much.
Before we go, we've got a viral story for you. A woman in California, check out that picture, was arrested for allegedly stealing 65 Stanley Cups that were found stuffed in her car. Police say they were called after she packed up a shopping cart full of them, refused to pay, and then took off in her car. That's when authorities caught up with her and snapped these pics. I mean, at $50 a pop, she's hoping to make a killing.
Imagine telling your cellmate that's why you're...
Have a great day, everybody.